What's up, YouTube? I'm back. All right, it's done. If you haven't watched my video on the Galaxy Note 7 update, crippling the phone to charge only up to 60%, go back and watch that one. And then you can watch this one because this is essentially part two. I've actually gone to Best Buy and, excuse me, and I did trade in my phone. Like I said, I was sick of being basically harassed into doing it. You can there's an update. Go ahead and update your phone, and basically it's going to keep your battery from charging past 60%. And the reason why I decided to do that, go ahead and do this trade-in and let go of my beautiful beast here, is because, like I said, I was getting harassed. Basically, I wanted to use the VR headset. Can't use that. Samsung Pay started acting up. Couldn't even update it because they don't support it no more. Something else happened too. I forget what it was. And I was like, all right, this stuff is no big deal. But, you know, this whole battery update thing, of course, I don't have to download it, but excuse me. But I figured, you know, the phone just keeps reminding you that it's recalled and this update is going to keep popping up every time you turn on your phone and stuff. And I'm just sick of it. And I don't feel like rooting and going through all that crazy crap just to keep a phone. I feel like that's just too much. So I was like, you know what? Let me just join the rest of the population and get what I would think is the next best thing. They did not have a Note 5, which, you know, would have kept me with all my S Pen functionality, but still I wanted newer stuff. So I decided to go with the S7 Edge because it is the latest and greatest as far as, you know, Samsung phones anyways, and all the high-end specs. Honestly, you do not lose much once you switch over, but there are some things that I just don't care for on the phone, or that I'm just missing. I'm depressed, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm depressed because some of my stuff is missing. So I know you've seen plenty of reviews and, you know, comparisons between the two, but I'm gonna give you my piece on it real quick before I get out of here and start trying to really get into this thing. So first of all, it's the form factor. We'll start with the feel. All right, so this one feels like a full phone to me. When I say that, it's symmetrical on both sides and it's round, and you can hold it in your hand and it feels comfortable. This is a big old screen, but it feels really comfortable in your screen, in your hand. I'm sorry, because it's it's symmetrical on both sides. Whereas this one, of course, it has a bigger edge, and that's really not a problem for me. But it feels like the phone is flat, and it's because they did not round off. It's not symmetrical. It's just, you know, it's more curved on one side than the other, so it almost feels like you're holding a flat piece of glass. And holding it naked, you just don't feel comfortable with it. At least I don't. It just doesn't feel comfortable. At least coming from a Note 8, Note 7. So, you know, it just depends. If you've never held one before, it might not make a big deal to you. But, you know, coming from this Note 7, moving down to this, it's a smaller phone in height. So that really doesn't affect anything, I don't think, anyways. But the width is still the same. It's just that design on the side that really gets you as far as comfort. Now, I know you're probably going to end up putting a case on your phone. I did. And I cannot wait to get a case for this thing because it'll take away from some of this flatness. I'm going to call it flatness anyways. So hopefully it feels better after I get my cases in and stuff. So we'll get past that. As far as screen size, to be honest with you, man, yes, the Note 7 is 0.2 inches bigger. And when you're holding the two up together, let me open them both up. I mean, when you hold them up together, I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's very close. I mean, like I said, you can see that 0.2 inches right there. But when you take one away, it's kind of like when you at a TV store like Best Buy and you see all them TVs up there, and then you can't decide which one is better, right? Until you get it home, and then you don't even notice anymore. So you will not notice the drop in screen size that much. I mean, some of you might, I don't know, but you know, when I'm just using this one, I don't really notice it that much. It's like I said, for me, it's more of the comfort in the hand. So as far as form factor goes, there you go. Let me see. Did I miss anything on form factor? Nah, I guess it ain't that important if I did. I do miss that iris scanner though. I was really enjoying that. Anyways, so for software, when you hit this drop down, there's some things that I really miss that you get on the Note 7 that you don't get on the S7. So one is the blue light filter. For those of you that know what that is, that's where you can just basically hit that button right there or set it on a timer to where at night, you know, your eyes ain't getting beat down by this blue light right here. It just kind of makes it into a reading mode almost. So I do miss that. I do miss how you have this toggle right here. Hopefully y'all can see that there's a toggle on all of these apps or all these settings where you can actually kind of go into a presetting, not a presetting, but just almost a sub menu where you don't have to dig into the app so far. But here, when you go into this, you have to tap and hold just like old school. And basically the software on the 7 is It's just not updated to what the Note is. It's more because I came from a Note 4, and I'm pretty sure the Note 5 was close to the Note 4, maybe, I don't know. But it feels like a mixture between my Note 4 as far as software and the touch whiz on it. Let me go to settings. So you still got a lot of touch whiz here, and there's that damn software update. Still got a lot of touch whiz in here where they've taken a lot of touch whiz out, traditional touch whiz anyway. And I like this layout a lot better than what we have here. You have definitely more submenus and functionalities and stuff like that. So I just like the settings on the Note a lot more. And one setting I do like in particular is the device manager. You see, I have a widget here. I know there's a widget in this old software, but it's huge and ugly. This one is just a button where you can just tap it and it optimizes your battery, your storage, everything. It just kind of cleans up your phone. I love that. So if you go into settings, they do have device maintenance right here. And then you have, let me see. Excuse me. So it's, oh, there we go, Smart Manager. They call it Smart Manager on this one. So it's the same thing, only it's executed a lot better here. You can go in and let me see. You can go into your storage, look at what's in there and clean it up. I mean, you can do all the same functions. It's just a lot cleaner. And like I said, you got this widget. Oh, now I'm clean. So it just cleans up everything, makes your phone run a little bit faster. I love that feature. Let me see. Is there anything else that I'm missing? As far as I'm not going to talk about S Pen functionality because that's a whole nother video by itself as far as what's missing. And oh my God, I'm starting to get a little depressed talking about it now. But the S Pen functionality really does make the phone. Everything, in my opinion, like I said, is a downgrade coming from a Note period. But then when you come from a Note 7 to anything else, it's going to be a downgrade. Simply because of some of the things I just told you about. And then you drop in that S Pen functionality and it's just nuts. All right. So, I mean, I still have Samsung Notes on here, but I can't write notes with my hand like I used to. There's no on screen or screen off memo or nothing like that. So all my notes, you know, I'm going to have to start typing now instead of just writing. Anyways, so as far as software, that's pretty much, you know, where the changes are. I know there's a lot more stuff, but I kind of wanted to make this video quick. And still have to log in all of my apps and stuff. I was going to talk about Smart Switch. So Smart Switch is, they tried, you know, it'll get your home screen, the wallpaper good. It'll download majority of the apps, but you still need to download a lot of apps. It'll get all your text messages and stuff and the Wi-Fi. It'll get a lot of pertinent things that you might need on your phone, but you still gonna have to go through and load up your phone with all the stuff you had before and fix your screens the way you need them fixed. And I mean, it's a great idea, but they just not have perfected that quite yet as far as going from different types of phones. I bet you if I went from Note to Note, it would switch perfectly, or 7 to 7, it would switch perfectly. But because we even tried it with the Note 4 and it still didn't work out well. Anyway, so, you know, when you go do your Smart Switch, don't expect, ooh, I don't have to set up my phone. No, you're going to have to set that bad boy up. Speaking of switching, so let me talk about this for a second. I went to Best Buy and said, hey, I got the Note 7, need to trade it in for an S7. They said, cool. It was actually a pretty painless experience. They didn't give me no hassle or nothing. They knew what was up. But the crazy thing is the dude says, okay, we can't take your phone back. We're not going to keep your phone. We're going to send you home with it and you have to mail it back to Sprint. And I was like, okay, no big deal. So the dude gives me this envelope with a shipping label. And I looked at him and I started laughing. He said, what? I said, man, you know, this whole recall is because this thing's supposed to be blowing up, right? It's supposed to be catching on fire. You mean tell me I cannot get on the airplane with this thing, even though it's turned off? They'll find me a gajillion dollars if I even get on it with the phone off, right? But you want me to put this thing in this flimsy little envelope and send it back to Sprint. I know this ain't your fault, brother, but it just doesn't make sense. It's not logical how, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, once again, you can't get on an airplane with it, even if it's off, in your possession, but they want you to put it in this flimsy envelope and send it back to Sprint, and you know how the postal carriers be dropping your stuff and kicking the boxes all around and stuff. So imagine what they're going to do to this phone. And, you know, God forbid, you know, it bends or something and the battery does get punctured and catches on fire or something like that. and all of our mail catches on fire. Mail truck blows up, and you know, poor mail carrier, he was just doing his job and he blows up on the freeway or something like that. It's just nuts how they expect this to make sense after this being recalled for catching on fire, and they won't let you put it on an airplane. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's backwards to me. So I will be giving Sprint a call and asking them what's up. Send me an explosion proof box or something, send an armored truck, but please do not make me send this thing in this little paper envelope. It adds insult to injury. It tells me that they're not really that dang concerned about this thing catching on fire, which is very upsetting because I don't want to give it back. So figured that was something noteworthy to talk about. See what I did there? Noteworthy. But you know what? To get me through the depression last night of getting rid of my Note 7 and trading in for the S7, when I got my son's iPhone the other day, I got a free gift card for $100, and I decided, since I might be getting, you know, the S7 at some point, I went ahead and picked this bad boy up. And luckily they had it on open box, so it was, you know, I got it for $15 off the regular price, so that was cool. It was free plus $15 off. So this actually has helped me get through it. You know, you pair these bad boys up, this thing up with the phone, and then you put a pair of headphones in there. Let me show you these headphones. I know y'all probably seen these before. Love these headphones. Sony MDR 950 BT. If you like bass and I'm seriously really good sound and super long battery life. I think these things get like 20 hours of playtime. I've only charged them up probably 6 times since I've had them, and it's been almost 2 years. But these headphones sound so good. I know there's lots of reviews. If you want me to do one, just comment below and I'll go ahead and do a review for these. But you pair this Gear VR up with a phone and some good headphones, and you will get lost. Oh, don't forget to drop a couple of beers in there to experience too. I had a couple of beers last night just to get me through the depression of trading my phone in. Got lost in the VR world for a couple of hours. I was up till almost 2 in the morning, like looking around the room. You'd have thought I was swatting flies or something. Anyways, yeah, so that helped me get through. So if you if you're going to get your trade, if you're going to do your trade in and you don't have one of these, go ahead and spend the extra buck and get a VR. That'll make you feel a little bit better about what you did. Anyways, that's all I got to say about this whole Note 7 S7 experience. Check out my other channels. Thumbs up this video. My other channels, I have a fitness channel and a personal vlog channel, so check those out. But above all, thumbs up and like this video and share with a friend.